It's Wednesday night, and you know that means tell 'em Canada Dry.
It's time for DAD. It's Dynamite After Dark. Wow.
Hit the intro, please.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. Tell me all your information.
Anything goes. It's Dynamite After Dark.
Whoa, boys and girls, the explosion at the beginning. You know what that means. When Dolly says it's Dynamite After Dark, it's Dynamite After Dark. I am, of course, your homeboy, your home slice, your home skillet. I am the JFB, James from Boston.
And I am, of course, I am the patron saint of professional wrestling, the Green Lantern of Sector 7347980. I'm not ginger, not bubbly. Son of a bitch, I'm Canada Dry, damn it.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, give me shivers, shiver me timbers, damn it. And
Promo of the year right there, baby. Whoa.
we are, of course, joined by a man that needs no introduction, but I will allow him to introduce himself because he is the third host of Dynamite After Dark. Go ahead
The
and
American Drip. Here he is.
Everybody keeps talking about these Iron Man matches for AEW, and it's just like no one can beat me in the longest ever Iron Man match of all time. I am the 120-minute Iron Man.
Yep.
I want everybody to know that. And you know, before we get to Mr. Isaacs, who is the effing world champion, a championship that I held for the first 10 weeks of this season, I want to congratulate you on beating a man on his birthday. Jeez.
Happy birthday, you fucko.
Right.
Go ahead and introduce yourself,
Talk
Mr.
about
Expert.
your birthday licks, man. It was just like, wow.
Well, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to steal souls and ruin birthdays. And
There you go.
best believe I'm good at it. I
It's
am
like-
the effing expert, one half of the Magic of Wrestling podcast, and your reigning, defending effing world champion, Mr. Isaacs.
Ooh.
He's the guy that blows out other people's candles on their birthday.
But you know what? He avenged his leader, Canada Dry.
It was all for Canada Dry.
It's true. It's all for me, baby.
I love the way he
And
just
eventually, you know what's going to happen? I'm eventually going to give Mr. Isaac a buttload of money. He'll just hand over the title to me.
Oh,
Yeah. $1 Million Man style.
Yeah.
everybody's
You're going to
got
buy the
a
title from
price.
Andre. He's going to buy the title from me.
Oh yeah. It's just I'm not in control right now. The Enlightened One's in control, and that guy's crazy. He'll do anything. He doesn't care about titles or money or anything.
I once watched the Enlightened One walk up to a street magician and bitch slapped him into the Stone Age. So I
What
can
did Liam
attest.
do?
He wouldn't leave.
Well, that's how Liam joined the effing wrestling channel.
Yeah.
Man, we are going meta.
I'm just saying,
I'm
man.
going
Liam
straight
did
meta.
lose the shirtless match, and I mean, like,
He did.
he is now the most hated person in all of fanboyism because he lost the shirtless match to Brie.
Oh yeah, he's talking some shit on Brie.
Oh yeah.
Over there on the AFW backstage, he was like talking some serious shit on her.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy because, like, you know, I didn't even know that, like, a British person could get a Cleveland steamer.
Speaking of Liam, why don't we give him a call?
Definitely.
Let's give him a call really quickly.
What a
Speaking of
segue,
Liam.
guys.
All right, here we go. You ready? Make the dial.
Ready.
And welcome to Wrestling with Recipes with your host, Liam the Magician. Okay, so we've got 1 large onion very finely chopped, a good sprig of freshly thyme, 4 cloves of garlic peeled and chopped, 4 fresh bay leaves, half a pint of good dark beer, 1 small raw liver, approximately 350 grams, sliced, large tubes removed, 2 kidneys, chopped and soaked in little milk, 200 grams of fat pork and good bacon, 10 white peppercorns, 4 cloves.
All right.
Somebody's been playing too much Hogwarts Legacy.
No kidding.
I think he cut off there at the end.
Yeah, he did. You want me to call him again?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
He got me though. He's made the Wrestling with Recipes. What the hell is he trying to make his own segment here?
Trying to start new stuff.
Yeah,
Did
we
he
got
use
Joseph Graham.
alcoholic ginger ale? That's what I want to know.
We got Joseph Graham in the house saying good evening. Good evening.
Give me a high five, Joe Graham.
We got hello everyone from Noob and Company. It's probably a voicemail message. It was. And then of course Joseph Graham says, I will never understand why Liam just doesn't turn off his phone.
Well, he did. Obviously, we got the voicemail.
Oh, he sent it directly to voice message. I mean,
Liam.
God.
He this was a present for last week. We didn't call him, so we got he was waiting for this week.
I'm gonna call him again after the show just to screw around with him. So, anyways, welcome Wednesday Night Dynamite. This is Dynamite After Dark. This is the go home show. It's from San Francisco. It's at one of the most historic wrestling venues ever known and erected by a man.
Erected.
Erected. That is the Cow Palace, baby. And some amazing matches have happened at the Cow Palace. So we start off Dynamite with a bang. Kind of. Maybe. We get Orange Cassidy, the All-Atlantic champion, versus
Big Bill.
Yeah. And Big Bill. So here are some of my notes for the first match. When will AEW, when is Pro Wrestling Tees going to start selling a knapsack that you can put your replica belt
I'm
in?
surprised they haven't yet.
I know. That's a money grabber because I need one for my belt. And
the thing is, you don't know when he's going to lose it. They should have started this right from day one because they wasted a lot of money.
That and the bucket hat. Those are the two that they should have had right away. Stokely is stone cold selling that wrist injury. By the way, it's funny. He's dressed up like he's cosplaying for Judas and the Black Messiah, which is a great freaking movie, by the way. I rewatched it the other day. Orange is going to have to put it into another gear. Bill is in amazing shape. Why did it take 4 minutes before they finally locked and collared? I don't understand that. That haluva kick, I thought he was going to decapitate Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's getting tossed around with a ragdoll. Here comes Danhausen. I'll say my opinion for this match in a minute, but 2 minutes offense and then a pin. Boo. They could have done something a lot better than that. Let's go with Canada Dry first. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the first match?
Okay, I thought it was an entertaining match, but here's my beef with this match.
Yes,
you're wasting Big Bill on the Atlantic title that he's not even going to win.
Yeah,
you're just you got to build these guys, not throw them out to Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's my beef with this match. It was entertaining as hell, but I don't like Big Bill. Like, this is a guy that he could be like challenging for your AEW World Title down the line. You're just screwing around with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
You can't teach that.
You can't teach that. Trey J Styles, your thoughts on the first match?
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it when it was booked. I didn't understand it when it happened. Then there were like some really weird spots in there that were just like, I guess they were supposed to be comedy spots. They didn't make sense. Yeah. But I don't know. The orange punch 3 times was kind of, odd to me.
Yeah.
Last time somebody Superman punched somebody 3 times, it was like Roman Reigns trying to beat Brock.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this was not that.
No.
All the people got to realize too.
That Joe Graham is suggesting.
You got to like stop putting hands on Danhausen. I mean, like that is like worse than the Danhausen curse. And I was kind of like really upset that like Lee Moriarty wasn't there with his like normal antics.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This match, it wasn't great, but it served a purpose. It also seemed weird to be on a go home show.
Exactly. Yeah. F an expert, your thoughts.
Well, initially, I wasn't a fan of this on paper because I thought it looked absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, for one thing, I'm not a fan of this. Let's just pluck a random guy and put him in a title match just for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Never been.
So I thought going into this, I was going to hate the match. I actually kind of liked it, oddly enough. I like the psychology of it. I like the psychology of Orange Cassidy couldn't just straight up beat him. He had to be witty, and he had to run around, and he had to counter power moves, and that was the only way that he could win. And I like the fact that he had to finish it with 3 Superman punches, including one off the top rope. Because otherwise, in kayfabe, how do you explain him beating a guy who looks like he's twice his size and jacked to the gills?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that part of it I liked. Stokely Hathaway looked like Wesley Snipes from New Jack City.
Yeah.
The way that he was dressed. Yeah, it's a nice little 90s throwback there. I kind of like that with the hat and the rounded sunglasses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't hate this. I thought it was all right.
For the record, I didn't hate it either. It was just such an odd choice.
It's an odd choice. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Here's mine. This match was horrible. I did not like it at all. I did not like it at all. There was nothing. It should never have been on a go-home show.
Nah.
That's Vince booking right there. That is Vince McMahon 2010.
Whoa, strong words.
Yeah,
from
that's
the
Vince
JFB.
McMahon. Vince McMahon booking.
Bad take Cage. You got a new competitor.
What you have to understand about this situation is for him to say Vince McMahon 2000 booking, that's when JFB was on the WWE writing staff. That is why he does not watch the product anymore.
He wrote it.
He was sitting right next to Freddie Prinze Jr.
Me and Freddie Prinze, like that.
What you guys have to understand is that back in the year 2000.
Bro thing so much. He's like, bro.
Back in the year 2000, like JFB wrote a magnificent segment, and then Vince changed it to Duke the Dumpster Drosy versus the Godwins, where this same situation happened, and it was like wasn't for a title, but they just said there was going to be was it the Slop House title or something, and Vince was just and you had wrote this like amazing segment. And I mean, it would have been a main eventer anytime, and then Vince is just like, no, just tear it all up.
I already wanted Katie Vick to be a man.
I am not confirming nor denying, but yes.
Let's get back on track here, guys.
Let's get to our first segment. It's the Mox segment. My favorite line was "Tastes like victory." He's living life to the fullest. Looks like Mox got shot in the head. I want to do really quickly, under a minute. Canada Dry, your thoughts?
Okay, we're gonna because I love what this guy said in chat. I'm gonna give my first pick here to Mr. Isaacs.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it looked ridiculous, and I could just imagine him going in the stairwell, dripping blood everywhere, and like the custodial staff coming around like, what the hell is going on here? Why is this idiot dripping blood all over this? I just mopped this damn thing earlier today.
Yeah.
Like,
but he was giving an accent. He'd be like, oh my goodness, I have to clean up the stairs again.
Like, thanks, pal. We got hepatitis on the lower stairwell. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Trey J, your thoughts really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, apparently AEW, it's a good thing that they're the first wrestling company to actively offer health insurance. However, this was not the look. Yeah. This was not the look. I mean, the idea of just bloodborne pathogens just dripping around, it's like, okay, cool. Yeah. I I hate to say this, and I think I said it before. John Moxley is just missing one thing. There's one thing that keeps John Moxley from looking like a legit tough guy, and it's the fact that he looks like John fucking Moxley. We're gonna bleep that in post, right?
Yeah,
we got no post.
Damn it.
Well, the thing, the thing is John Moxley bleeds in 25% of his matches.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Like, this is a legit mathematical stat.
I mean, does this guy have hemophilia or like what's going on here?
Like, I think to really use blood properly, I think you're using it less than 10% of the time. If you're going to bleed in the match.
Yep.
Less than 5. Like special occasions only.
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you guys understand that my fondue machine drips less than John Moxley?
That is going on a shirt. That's the quote.
So I think that he needs to just simmer down on the blood. I would have preferred just a sit down interview with Mox than just bleeding all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. So we go from one segment to another segment because this is going to be a segment heavy episode of Dynamite. We get the Elite. Lights go out. House of Black shows up. Lights go out again. There's a beatdown. Lights go up, and the Elite are down. And House of Black is holding the trios belts. And then we get the official announcement that on Revolution Sunday, we will have a trios match. The Elite versus House of Black. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be really good. Let's bypass everything else. Let's go right to our second match, Face of the Revolution ladder match, which used to be on the pay-per-view Revolution. They decided to put it on this. King of Television on commentary. We don't deserve it. That guy should be a commentator when he finally hangs up everything. AEW better retain his services because Joe freaking rocks. A lot of high flyers, should be a spot fest. Kingston and Ortiz just going after each other. Hobbs is a beast. And wow. Yeah, he's just he's just a manic, just destructive beast. Did Takeshita do a release German suplex? Because that looks so sweet. Commander's freaking awesome. A little walk on the ropes into a La Plancha. Nasty botch with Guevara and Andretti. That could end up a lot more uglier than what it did. Huge blue thunderbomb by Takeshita. Garcia comes in. Guevara is insane. Does a senton off of the top of the tallest ladder onto Action Andretti. Hobbs pulls out the win. I gotta say, even though I did not pick him, that's well deserved. It's a well deserved win. Then, of course, Joe comes on, and we find out that Joe's kryptonite is headphone wires. I don't know if you guys know that. Headphone wires. Yeah. So let's go with Trey J Styles first. Your thoughts on the second match?
This was the right ending. The Book of Hobbs needed something to punctuate it. And so that was like one of the main reasons why I picked Hobbs to win. And I tried to tell anybody, I said, this guy's first real match since the whole Book of Hobbs story. And it started with Samoa Joe and Wardlow being, with their triple threat match. So it made the most sense. Like everything in this match was very interesting because the guys who weren't going to win weren't trying to win. Yeah. Like, I don't think Commander actively tried to climb a ladder once. I think he was just like, he spot fested like crazy. And I honestly wasn't overly impressed by him. Like I've seen some of his stuff prior to this. This wasn't it. This wasn't the best way to showcase a guy like that.
Definitely
not to start off. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure, were pretty heavy fans of Takeshita coming in, but it's kind of like, nah, this really wasn't his match to win. But he pulled off some very solid moves and stuff. The Guevara and Andretti was pretty much like the biggest story in the match. Because Kingston and Ortiz were like brawling, so we'll probably get something mentioned from them on Rampage about like being on a pre-show or something, because that's pretty much what we're doing with them now. But that's it. Overall, like I said, the right guy won.
Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts?
It was the match for the birthday party balloon inflatable Sonic ring, which was very interesting as a visual on TV. But this was an entertaining match. If I'd known this was Hobbs's hometown, I would have went with him as my choice.
Yeah.
But I didn't pay attention to where this is from or where he was from. But this was a solid match. This had your typical kind of Money in the Bank type spots where everybody gets knocked to the outside of the ring and they just kind of burrow their head in their hands, and then two people are in the ring and they get the spotlight and they wrestle, and then one person comes in to stop the one who gets the better of the other from climbing the ladder. It's just the typical thing, but it's fun, it's entertaining. You get your nonsensical spots like Sammy Guevara jumping off the top of the ladder when he could have jumped laterally and grabbed the inflatable Sonic ring. But instead, he chose to jump on an opponent for some unknown reason.
Yep.
And then this commander guy or whatever, this new lucha guy running the ropes, and everybody huddled together and let's look up and wait for him to come jump off onto us. I hate that spot.
Me too.
It's incredibly obnoxious. But otherwise, I mean, it was your typical, kind of cluster F ladder match, but it was fun. I'm glad that Hobbs won. I'm curious to see. The book of Hobbs was in writing for so long. The damn thing's as long as Moby Dick at this point.
Long dick.
Hi-yo. But it was a good match. It was fun.
And it's not here.
Hobbs won.
Ken the Dry, your thoughts on the second match?
First of all, I'd like to say this. I'm so happy for the Cobra Commander to be back in show business. Cobra Commander, he was out of there so long. Like, we haven't seen him since, the 80s?
Yeah.
So, Cobra Commander, good for you, buddy. You're back in show business. The other thing is, what's with the de-evolution of the Revolution ladder match? It used to be a bigger thing. You were getting a world title shot.
Yeah.
And then last year it was for the TNT title.
Yeah.
And now it's on Dynamite, and we don't even get the entrances anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
So I it's just kind of next year it'll be for the All Atlantic title.
Yeah.
I hate how it's deal. I like how it used to be. Like when Brian Cage debuted, that was a cool ladder match.
Yeah.
So get it back to mean something, AEW.
Yeah, exactly.
They really did over telegraph that ending when 4 refs came in to hold a broken ladder together.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's I guess
I think that was just a game saving move that they had to do.
Yeah. I mean, they had to. First of all, Hobbs is like 300 pounds on a broken ladder. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
I was scared for him at the top there, just standing there. I'm like, I couldn't even do that part.
I'm like, because the whole point is like him just like you could tell there was some like apprehension when he was taking that carabiner off. Yeah. And it was just like when he finally got it off, I was just like, oh my God, this man is still alive.
Yeah.
They need to lower that freaking thing so you can reach it properly without having your health service violated.
Yeah, he was having a lot of trouble getting down that balloon. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So we get Renee.
The next match though in AEW, they should actually have to chase a balloon all the way around. I think
the chase a balloon match. Let's book it.
Just tie that jank to a drone and just have it just keep flying around.
I was waiting for Eggman to come down and just like grab it in his little half teacup thing and fly back up to the roof.
I'm down with that. Knuckles comes out, gives him a punch and a kick to the dick. I mean, it all works for me, you know.
See, Dick, you can say all you want. No, I don't know if you said all you want.
We get Renee now with backstage with the best friends. We find out that Chuck, who had, I don't know what the hell happened. Did he get blasted in the face with something? Because it was like beat red. Him and Trent are not medically cleared.
It's because they lost that tickle fight earlier.
Yes. Danhausen says that him and Orange Cassidy are best friends and they will take their place. And Cassidy goes, I don't care. All right, let's go to our third match of the night. Jericho versus Peter Avalon. Avalon going right after Jericho. He is trying to get that upset. He's pulling out all the stops. Codebreaker and bada bing, bada boom. It's over. Here comes this. Then here comes Starks, and so we get the big schmoz between Jericho, Hager, and Garcia, they start beating the ever living hell out of Peter Avalon, which is really not fair because he looks like he weighs 90 pounds soaking wet. And then Starks comes in and Jericho hauls ass out. Let's go with Mr. Expert. What are your thoughts on said third match?
It was forgettable. I mean, Avalon spent so much time with the longer hair wasn't he the librarian? Wasn't that what his gimmick was?
That's correct.
Like, I didn't even realize he'd quit doing that.
Yeah.
And then just cart him out here, and he's got the short hair, and you
haven't watched Dark, have you?
No, I haven't been watching Dark, but I mean, he worked his ass off. I mean, he looked all right, but we all knew what was going to happen here.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Jericho go back to the code breaker.
Yeah.
I kind of like just from a psychology perspective, I like in kayfabe for like the main eventers to have more than one move that could be a finisher.
Yeah.
Like I like that. I think that adds extra value to somebody that's like a marquee name. So I like the fact that he kind of harkened back to the code breaker. But otherwise, I mean, this is what I expected it to be, which is pretty much a squash.
Yeah. Pretty much right on the button. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the third match?
I also love the fact that he used the code breaker. That is my absolute favorite Chris Jericho move. The code breaker. There's just something special about that move as a finisher. What's so funny?
Nothing.
Let's keep going.
Anyways, you threw me off totally. It's like, why is he laughing? Anyways, I think that it was cool that Chris Jericho let him just like show that he can wrestle, like really show everyone that he can do stuff. Like that was cool, very generous of Chris to let him pretty much run that match. Yeah, and then hit the code breaker.
Yeah. Trey J, your thoughts on the third match?
I kind of feel like this was a missed opportunity. Like I feel like with a situation like this, you're building this hype into this match. You got Starks, who pretty much is on a hot streak, and so everybody's pretty much expecting him to win. And had Jericho lost this match due to like some interference, that would have definitely put a lot more heat on the match. Yeah. Like right now, you had this thing kind of like lined up, and it was just like you were just afraid to pull that last trigger. Yeah, and then I think that's where that's the only thing that it went down. Like Avalon coming out like a house of fire. Really, we it's not believable because he's 67 pounds.
Yeah,
yeah, yep. He's like I don't know. It wasn't there for me. Like I was hoping that like for some reason that Peter Avalon would actually get a win on Dynamite.
Yeah,
which that's never happened before. So it would have been just something to add more heat to it, and then maybe you trying to change up the finish other than like another post-match beatdown.
Yeah,
which further pushes this towards Ricky Starks winning.
Yeah. Okay, so we go to the Hangman Page outside under a bridge promo. I really did not dig the Willie Nelson bedazzled shirt. I love Willie Nelson, but I don't love bedazzled t-shirts or Affliction for that matter. And then a brick wall could have delivered a better promo than what Hangman Page delivered. So under a minute, Canada Dry, you go first. Your thoughts on the Hangman Page promo?
Oh, forgettable.
Yeah.
I don't know anything he said. I can't remember.
I don't remember shit.
No clue.
Yeah.
That's how forgettable it was.
Yeah.
It didn't draw me in. It didn't do it. It's like, look, there's Hangman Page. That's all I got.
Time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like I did notice the bedazzled Willie Nelson shirt, and I guess it was so shiny that it took my attention off his words.
Really? Oh, hey, we got some breaking news. Joseph Graham says AEW just posted a video of Eddie Kingston quitting AEW.
Oh.
Okay.
You know what? This is interesting because he didn't really do much in that Revolution ladder match.
No.
Like he was non-existent.
Yeah, him and Ortiz went into the back.
Yep. And had to be separated by an unknown number of security.
Yeah.
But were they fighting their way to the back, or they just escorted?
Yeah, they were fighting their way to the back.
Okay,
Yeah, they
okay.
did what
I did-
Cornette
yeah.
said was always written into the Impact script of they just fight off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like being fired from AEW just leads to ROH, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, do you think this is a storyline?
Well, if
Yeah,
AEW
definitely.
posted it, then
Yeah.
that's got to be a
Okay.
storyline.
Yeah.
And he makes way more sense for Ring of Honor, really.
Yeah.
He's built for Ring of Honor.
Definitely.
All right, let's go to our Renee segment. Renee,
Oh, I
out
had a
comes.
I had a good Hangman joke.
You do it. Lay it on us.
You know, like I watched this Hangman Page interview, and the first thing I thought about was Mr. T's Hall of Fame speech. Like,
My mama, I love my mama.
I love my mama. Every boy has to have a mama. And that's what I keep thinking about with him. It was just like, and he's like, I gotta really do this because you're gonna make me do it. I don't want to do it, but you're gonna make me do it. I don't want to be a mean guy. I want to be a dancer.
I could have been a contender.
I want to wear women's clothes and dance around. I don't want to be a cowboy anymore.
No, I want to be a cowboy. You see, look at my Bette Midler outfit.
I gotta say.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's the brain damage when he took that fall from
Yeah.
Moxley.
Yeah.
I told you guys this is the Bobby Fish laugh track.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's take a break here. Should we do the Bobby Fish joke?
Yeah, let's do the Bobby Fish joke of the week. Hang on one
Ready?
second, because we're gonna play it. Here it comes. Please present us the Bobby Fish joke of the week.
I can't. I got a letter from Bobby Fish, who is an avid watcher of the show.
Oh, he watches? That's
Yeah, he watches it. So he sent me this letter.
Bobby.
And I want you guys to see. He actually, you know, apparently, I thought it was going to be from a lawyer. It was actually just from him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the letter says, and I quote, "Can you please stop doing the Bobby Fish joke of the week? Unfortunately, expectations due to your Bobby Fish joke of the week, which appears on Dynamite After Dark,
Yeah.
and Effin' Wrestling Promotion.
Yeah.
You guys are making me look too good. I recognize that I suck, but your jokes are giving me a sense of personality that I've never had before, and such. When I get booked, people are expecting anti-Chuck Norris like segments from me. I cannot deliver this, and therefore I must ask you to stop because your large audience at Dynamite After Dark is unfortunately making life difficult for me." And you guys can actually see his handwriting.
Did he draw you some pictures too?
He drew me a picture. He drew me a nice like Ninja Turtle.
Oh, nice.
I can only imagine.
And even some inside picture.
Well, that's nice.
That was very nice,
You
Mr.
Stick
Fish.
that on your fridge, right?
I tried to. It sucks too much.
No, okay.
Bobby Fish joke of the week is brought to you by backshaves.com. That's right, backshaves.com. If you want someone to come out and scratch your back, maybe shave it while you're at it, backshaves.com.
Now, they have an expert. He's got the premium package.
Yeah.
Tell us
It's
a bit
an
about the premium
excellent deal.
package there, Jeremy.
It's $99.99, and a very attractive employee of backshaves.com, gender of your choosing, will come out with a straight razor and will give you a very precise, methodical back shave.
Oh.
And they'll do this once a week, and it's absolutely brilliant. I highly recommend the $99.99 tier.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the cheapskate. Basically, it's an angry monkey with a bic. That's all you get. You get a very angry,
Well,
very
you
confused.
get the. I know you refer to her as a monkey, but you get the people that are training. They don't know what they're doing. They're pretty much interns of back shaving.
Yeah.
They're the journeyman that they haven't
Yeah.
quite got the licensure yet,
Yeah.
So then why was there a chimpanzee with a straight blade?
They just look like that. Not so bad.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That was backscrapes.com. I keep telling you, you have to be careful when you type the website.
Yes, you might have got the wrong package.
Yeah, that's like the great value version, and that was going to give you a bit of a rash.
Yep.
Make it from me.
You guys hear there's a new bird flu out now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bobby Fish bird? The Bobby Fish bird?
Renee comes out for her segment and introduces Captain Charisma, Christian Cage. This is how you hold a grudge when he talks about how he just watched Jungle Boy saying he wanted a title shot. He was going to win. And the fact is that he was able to cut an amazing heel promo while the crowd was chanting louder than he was at times. He did not miss a beat. That is a veteran move. That's a baller move right there. It's just, I mean, then we flash to a video. It's Jack Perry's digging a grave. It's Christian's grave. That part of the segment did not work for me, but holy crap, that promo that Christian dropped was freaking amazing. And that shows you why he's such a great have on any promotion. Let's go Canada Dry. Your thoughts on the Renee segment?
Captain Charisma, Brian Cage.
Yeah.
Christian Cage. He's earning every bit of that name, Captain Charisma, right now.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Like, he's oozing it. Like, he didn't do promos like this in WWE.
Yeah. Oh, no.
This is a new Christian Cage since he come to AEW.
Yeah.
The passion, like that. I think Vince was the wall there, buddy. Let's limit the passion here, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's killer to see him. And are we going to get Jungle Taker?
I was going to call him that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about it. But
That's
yeah, we get a buried
joke,
alive
pal.
match. Is that what we're getting? Maybe?
I don't know. I don't know. They didn't answer shit.
Yeah, that's like what are we getting? Like they didn't even book the match for Revolution. I thought that's what we were getting.
It's not a match, it's a fight.
It's a fight.
It's a fight.
Yeah.
Straight up fight.
Just a fight.
Okay.
Throw hands.
That ends up with him in a graveyard.
Yeah. We about some action. This is what we're doing. We're about some action.
Yeah. Okay. Trey J, what are your thoughts on it really quickly?
AEW don't know how to let well enough alone, do they, man?
No,
you can't just end on a high night. You got to have like that rebuttal, and it's like that was not necessary.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just It's like you got to learn to take your wins because I mean the whole thing, the video package and stuff. It automatically assumes that fans have no idea why the two of them are fighting, and then like. Jack Perry dropping tears, like, bro, it's not working. Like, this was not it.
Yeah.
Like, if anything,
the tear was really weird.
Like, were you sad that you didn't concerto him? Because it's not the first time that you concertoed him a while back. So it's not like you haven't done it before. Like, this is one of those, like,
you know why he's crying though? It's because he's losing that sweet innocent side of himself, and he's turning into this evil sort of jungle boy.
I lost my sweet innocent side when I was 16.
Oh, I don't want to hear about this. Family program.
Come on, Jerry, I need it.
Hey-o.
Give my ayo.
Ayo.
Yeah. It bugs me. Like sometimes I don't know. Like this was a perfectly great segment to set up the match.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then you give us something that you're not going to deliver on, which is like the whole grave thing. It's like, no, you're not killing this man. Okay. Like you're being over dramatic, like your dad in Beverly Hills 90210.
I thought they were going to have him like come down on like a harness or something. Not like Owen Hart.
You can't do that.
No, I thought they were going to do a weird Sting thing with him.
Dynamite After Dark.
Wasn't that in San Francisco too?
It was. Yeah, it was in San Francisco, I believe.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Expert, your thoughts really quick.
I absolutely love this promo. I loved it. Christian is amazing at this. And yes, I agree with Trey J over here, wherever he is.
Yeah.
It is awesome. I mean, he knows how to cut a heel promo. This was fantastic. This is better than 99% of promos we see in this company.
Yeah.
This is like better than 99% of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually my favorite part of the show, minus the Jungle Taker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved it. I love the fact that the crowd was chanting very loudly at him, and any young wrestler would have been thrown off by that, and he didn't miss a beat.
Mm-mm.
Like, he just went on cutting through the promo and dissing them back.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was great.
The Jungle Taker Renee's green pants.
I did not like the Jungle Taker bit. I didn't like the crying over the grave. I'm like, what is this? Is this Dark Jungle Boy now? Is he going to come out in white face paint like Sting and not talk for a year or something? I mean, that might be good for his career if he didn't talk for a year, but yeah, I wasn't digging that part. They should have just let this promo breathe on its own, and it should have just been a standalone like Trey J.
Well, you know what they're going to do? A prediction here is they're good. This is the evolution of Jungle Boy right here. This is going to be the more grittier version.
I think I told that story in the ring.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with the way they're doing it.
Yeah,
but I do like that they're doing it and they're evolving Jungle Boy into his next sort of level.
So what's next? You want to start calling him Concrete Jungle Boy?
Concrete Jungle Boy.
Concrete Jungle Boy.
Like, he's too pretty to be gritty, though. They're gonna have to like ugly him up a little bit.
Well, I'm not gonna make him all face painter. Well, they're just gonna make him more legit.
I don't know. They made Robert Pattinson Batman. I guess anything's possible.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that Batman movie was good though.
It was.
Shivani with Hater and Brett. They're hyping up the 3-way match. Let's go to our match number 4 of the night. It is Matt Hardy. That's right. He still wrestles, guys. Versus the handsome devil Hook. Here are a couple of my notes. No one walks stiffer than Matt Hardy other than maybe Frankenstein, but I think Frankenstein had a better stride. Hook looking suave. Nasty turnbuckle pole bump from, I thought he legitimately was going to get knocked the frick out. Hardy taps out even before the referee got around to see if he was going to submit. He was just already tapping away. Oh, geez. Trey J Styles, your thoughts on the 4th match?
Was I the only one that was expecting Jeff to randomly show up when I heard the music?
I totally did.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't just me. That was like when I heard it, I was like, "Oh snap, Jeff is back." Okay,
that's
like, you heard he was doing better, and so you're just kind of like hoping that they would finally get a return on that investment.
Yeah,
but like I was just like, "Oh my gosh, Jeff's gonna be out here. This is gonna be." I said, "Hook's gonna lose," and then it was just like, I don't know. Hook matches are not good anymore. Like. No. You cannot you know, they did a great job when they were kind of having like 3-minute tap outs. Like these longer matches where he's forced to sell are not great.
Yeah.
Like stuff just seems to happen. And it's like it's just, I don't know. It's just, you don't want to take the shine off the rose on certain things. And it's like, they got to figure out how to get that back for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also that new tattoo that he got like in the center of his chest looks freaking ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
this is like Cody Rhodes' neck tattoo bad.
What is it? I didn't see what it was.
It's like a person.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell what it was, other than it looked like a humanoid.
If it's Taz, I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck?" It's my dad.
It's my dad.
It's Jungle Boy because we tagged together.
Yeah. Evan Expert, your thoughts on match numero 4?
Yeah, it was about what I expected. I mean, you know, Hook has got a long way to go. He's very green. He's got a lot of potential, but you know, let's not hot shot this kid. You know, let's rein this in a little bit. Let him get some experience in.
Yeah.
I mean, this is about what I expected. I expected Hook to go out and kill him and call it a day.
Yeah.
Really nothing else to say.
Yeah. Canada Dry.
Okay, here's my impression of Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah.
I like French fried taters.
Got any biscuits?
That made absolutely no sense.
What you got in there good to eat?
Sling Blade. Come on, you don't know the
Sling Blade, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just okay.
It's kind of
Anyway.
random, but I'll go with it.
Randomness.
I mean, at least-
you gotta have randomness.
At least we got the Stokely match
what
from it.
was.
Yeah, we get a Stokely match from it.
Yeah. That should be good for a solid comedy segment.
Yeah.
I am worried that they're going to put that on the main show, which is going to definitely grind things to a
The way
halt.
Stokely was rocking back and forth, like that just looked so weird.
You remind me of Stewie on Family Guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So what did you think,
Wait,
Canada?
did he do that in Sling Blade too? Wasn't there a scene where the guy was like sitting, like rocking like that in Sling Blade?
There was some Sling
Okay.
Blade
I'm
going
sure,
on.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've
full circle,
seen
y'all.
it,
Full
but
circle.
And if you guys haven't seen Sling Blade, this is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
It is
Classic.
an amazing movie.
Great
Yeah.
movie. Great
Yeah,
movie.
all out French fried taters. If you don't know what that is all about, you got to go check out that movie.
What you got in there good to eat? You got
Stick
any
it in.
biscuits?
Stick it in your VCR.
Yeah.
And why the hell do you have a VCR?
Oh man. Okay, let's go to match number 5. We have Tony Storm. Well, we skipped over a segment, but that's fine. Tony Storm versus Riho. Storm going for the kill. Rio can take an ass kicking like there's no tomorrow. Great back and forth. Here comes Hayter and Brett. I love when Rio does a bridge. I love it. She perfect form bridge. Hayter, Saray go at it. Soho comes in and doesn't pick a side. She punches everybody that gets in front of her. Let's go to the F and Expert. Your thoughts on match number 5?
I thought it was a solid match. Rio kind of comes and works a match once every couple months on Dynamite. And for some reason, she always gets put over.
Mhm.
And then she'll disappear for a couple more months and then come back and rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Tony Storm was going to win the match, but I mean, it made sense.
Yeah.
How it went down, and I like the little fight at the end of it, and the little 3-way and everything.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, it was a solid match. I don't have anything really negative to say about it, or anything overtly positive to say about it either.
Okay. Canada Dry. Your thoughts?
I have a little bit of a crush on Rio.
Yeah,
I think
I know you do.
Sexy.
Well,
You've mentioned this before, yeah.
I'm watching her. I'm like, I think I'm kind of into Rio. I'd take her out for some sushi, see what happens.
Take
Come
her
on
for
back
some
to my
sushi.
house.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun match. I enjoy Riho. I not just as a sexy lady, but as a legitimate wrestler. She's good. Like, I enjoy watching her. I don't like her 619. Don't do the 619. I think it sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely love Riho, and I was surprised she won too. I didn't give her a chance in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Trey J, your thoughts on match number 5?
This match was okay. Rio going over. It's one of those things that's like, yep, this is vintage Rio. It's like, I guess this is like the throwback from when she was still dating Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
But the after fight ruined that 3-way for me. Like, none of them can throw a punch.
Yeah.
Like, not 3 women, all like legitimately like coolness, cool factor, can't throw a punch. Like, what happened to Sheeta? Like, Sheeta was a part of the storyline at one point in time.
Yeah.
And just disappeared. And like, now I'm just like, Sheeta could have thrown a good punch.
Yeah.
Sheeta could have gave this match.
Match, it would have made more sense, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's almost like Sheeta's visa expired, so they had to get Ruby Soho some wins up real quick.
Yeah.
Also, Ruby like running to the ring. Like, what were you running to get in the middle of a melee for? Like, who does that? Like, I teach in a high school, and I've never run to a fight ever.
They're all fighting.
Probably not a nice thing to say. That's probably like,
coffee, and you're like, these kids will.
but it's like I think, like, when I see kids fighting or like I see a bunch of kids rushing to a fight, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really getting in the middle of that.
Yeah.
What do you do when you see some kids fighting?
You ever like I no, stop, come back. Like, I don't. It's like fucking Willy Wonka, bro. I'm like not getting in the middle of that,
You could get stabbed by one of those kids or something,
bro. I'm not. Look, my job is to make sure I go home that night.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't get killed here. My wife would murder me.
The irony of that statement.
Okay. Anyways, I had a brave heart. So Keith Lee and Dustin Rhodes cut a promo, hyping up the Rampage bout. Okay, let's go to a casino battle royale. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the battle royale. Here's a couple of my notes. Dark Order gets bum rushed by Blackpool Combat Club, obviously because their two factions are at war. Penta in the hometown colors was awesome. Good to see Butcher and the Blade actually involved in in the mix.
They look good.
They could have been the fourth team. So let's go Canada Dry first. Your thoughts on this match?
I was confused. I didn't remember seeing Ray Phoenix get thrown out.
He did.
I only saw the other guy. I guess I missed it. You blink for a second and you miss it, right?
Yeah.
Happened in picture in picture.
The picture. Oh, it happened in picture in picture. Oh, that was.
We're gonna go to a break. But stay tuned for picture.
Great Excalibur.
It's funny because when he does an imitation, they're all the same as his Hulk Hogan. Let me tell you something, brother.
That was like the Rock's Hulk Hogan.
Yes, the
You gotta
Rock.
stay tuned for picture, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
But yeah, as soon as Danhausen and Orange Cassidy came out, you knew they were going to win.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what would have been cool is if they didn't have that pre-segment at the beginning with the interview, and they actually had them come out as the Joker.
Yeah.
And it would have been cool if you had Danhausen's theme, because he actually is a Joker.
Yeah.
Exactly. Absolutely. Trey J, your thoughts on the sixth match?
So, once they did the segment with Danhausen and Orange Cassidy saying that they were best friends, which, by the way, in AFW should definitely count as the best friends winning still.
Nope.
It should. I said it should. It's not going to, but it should.
Too bad.
It was pretty much a done deal from that point, because remember how last week when they did the Battle Royal, it was a bunch of segments of everybody. This was the only real hype for this whole thing. And it was okay, cool. Yeah, I fell asleep on this match. Lucha Brothers came out and I was it was 9:32, and then I woke up at 9:50. That's my take on it. So I yield my time.
Okay. Evan Expert, go.
I thought it was okay. I went with Top Flight again. Of course, they didn't win, obviously. It was nice to see the Kingdom. It was nice to see Butcher and Blade. They looked really
none
good.
of that.
They looked really, really good tonight. I was glad to see them get some offense in. And yeah, I'm like you guys. When I saw Danhausen and Orange Cassidy, I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
They're winning.
Yeah.
Now, I immediately hit Dallas up. I was like, these guys are part of the best friends.
As soon as I saw them come down,
They didn't do the hug
messaged
now, Trey
Dallas
J.
and
So
said,
They
can't
didn't
count
do
it.
the hug.
If they don't do the camera zoom in hug, and Excalibur has to say his stupid line that he wants to say every week.
Bro, I love that line.
Oh,
Trey J, I'm
Let's-
going to give you some inside info here. As soon as the OC and the clown boy came down there, I messaged Dallas and I told him, best friends is not best friends. Make sure.
That's some hating stuff right there, man. That's some real hate stuff. I thought Christian Cage was hater of the year, but now I know who really is. The guy in the upper left corner.
They are the faction best friends, but they are not the tag team best friends.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to consult a lawyer about this one.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be.
I'm just saying, Canada Dry. At some point, you got to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
And nobody wants it but you.
And Rich Southwood.
Exactly. Nobody wants it but you.
So we don't end the show just yet. In fact, we get a video package really quickly to hype up the main event. And then Renee's in the ring. Brian Danielson comes in. He starts talking. MJF hits his music. MJF comes down the ramp. Danielson takes control. and cuts a promo that will convince you to buy this freaking pay-per-view in 4 different locations on 8 different devices, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And chuck that $49.99 constantly. And MJF didn't have to say a word. He just turned and walked up the ramp, and that's the end of the show. Wow. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this segment?
I think this is great because you think, MJF had all those promos where he was killing it all along the way here on this road. And now Bryan Danielson gets in the last word.
Yeah.
And he has nothing to say. The cat's got his tongue. He has to turn around and head to the back. Yeah. And I loved it. And I'm just sad that I can't watch it with all you guys.
Yeah. Wow. Damn. Trey J, your thoughts? That moved me, man.
It's like you're authentically phony there.
Yeah. Hey, like, I don't know, Canada Dry kind of hit the needle on the head there. That's really good, actually.
Yeah.
Last week I specifically said that they had done everything they needed to do for this.
Yeah.
But this was interesting. This was an interesting way of going. I don't know necessarily if it was the right decision or if it's going to make people change any minds, but it was a different way. And this, for a terrible episode we've always talked on this show. We've been doing this show for quite some time. We've always talked about how like the go home shows are really when they shine. This was awful.
Yeah.
This was, literally probably the worst go home show that AEW has had in recent memory. But like the way it did end though, it was like you're trying to recapture the Yes movement. And it's like, that was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, AEW has to stop overbooking these angles.
Yeah.
Like you just added a 4th team, had 2 members who are also not champions, like jump them too.
Yeah.
And no Guns, no Acclaim, to even hype that up. Like you had a little something with Joe and Wardlow. Okay, cool. But outside of that, like what matches are we really looking forward to here?
Yeah.
Like Paige, like shot his shot dead in the dirt. Like it was like he has a chance to have these dueling promos and he freaking Hamiltons and just shoots his gun up in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a hard. I mean, like I don't regret my power nap. Like I'm glad that I had this power nap because now I have the strength to do that. I was actually able to have the strength to do the show with you guys, and I love doing this show. But good God, this was like a tough watch.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us how you really think.
As an expert, can you follow that up with something?
Well, I really like Danielson's promo. I thought it was really good. I'm not sure why they keep kind of humanizing MJF, why they continue trying to like throw little sympathetic, almost baby face tones to him, like he got dumped by his fiance. Like, why is that something you want to say about a heel? Because it's like you're drawing sympathy, you're eliciting sympathy to the heel.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird to me. But I like the fact that Danielson actually came out, I think for the first time in this feud, and said, "I want the championship."
Yeah.
It's literally the first time he said it since this feud started, which actually kind of shifts the focus to the championship instead of just, "I don't like you, I want to fight you."
Yeah.
Because I mean, you got to give the title some importance here.
Yeah.
So I was glad to see that. I don't think Danielson's going over here. I think MJF is keeping it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good promo. I liked it. I wish they would back off of the whole making MJF sympathetic, though, because I don't think that's the right move.
Yeah. Totally agree. All right. That's the end of the show. That's how AEW ended. That's how we're going to end. But we also have the privilege of staying on and going ahead and rating 1 to 5. And
okay, so this week we are going to be doing averaging it out after and having a total score for the whole show.
That's right.
Are you
Nice.
ready, Trey J down there with your
Some
mathematician?
mathematics going. All right.
Yeah, I have my magical Chick-fil-A notepad
Right.
to note down the scores.
All right. So favorite segment and or match. And then, of course, you have to give us the number of bells, 1 to 5. Canada Dry, you want to go first? You want to go last?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I guess my favorite segment. Oh, geez. Well, I guess my favorite would be Big Bill and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Okay. And
I'm going to go 3 bells out of 5.
okay. Trey J, you're up. Number of bells and favorite segment or match.
Favorite segment had to be the Face of Revolution ladder match. That was my favorite match. Definitely Christian Cage's promo was like a very close second.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give this show 2 bells. There was a lot of choppiness in it. There was a lot of stuff, and there were a lot of missed opportunities. And part of the reason why the Revolution match was my favorite match because it was the one match where the right person won.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's where I'm
F an
at.
expert. F an expert, you have the floor.
Well, thank you, sir. My favorite segment of this particular program was the Christian Cage promo.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the show. Loved it for all the reasons I stated earlier. I really didn't think this was a very good show, to be honest with you, and I'm giving it 1 bell.
Whoa, our lowest yet.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
That might not stand for much longer.
Yeah, our rating for the show is going to be pretty low.
Here I am, brokenhearted. Oh, sorry, I was reading off a bathroom wall. That is more poetic than what AEW laid upon our doorstep as you go to a pay-per-view. Your go-home shows to serve one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to get the person on the fence to buy the fucking pay-per-view. And you know what they did? They just said, "Yeah, you don't have to buy it if you don't want to."
No, they took people who were going to buy this show and talked them out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how bad this show was.
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous.
It should have been storylines building to that crescendo, and then you wait for the crash, and the crash is going to come for $49.99.
Yep.
And they said, "I'm going to give it 0.5 bells."
Oh, come on.
It was
half a bell.
Oh, my goodness. You're making us look like WWE fans.
I would have rather watched an hour episode of Level Up from WWE than to watch this Dynamite.
I'm disappointed in all of you.
And you can call me a spoiled brat because I know you love throwing that around.
No, but I'm just disappointed that you're making us look like WWE fans here. Making us look
We're
like
not WWE fans.
We're look like Marks here. I'm serious.
I'm giving you my serious. I'm telling you, this was a turd of a show. It was.
Yeah, you know
horrible.
what? The WWE Marks watch this show and they're gonna think we're one of them. Good one.
No, they're not going to think we're any of the good one. All right, I'll give it 1 bell.
No, you gave it a half a bar.
No, you gave it a half. I've already done the calculations. This involved a lot of decimal places. Yes. So the overall average of the show is a Bobby Fish out of 5.
Oh,
1.625 bells out of 5.
Yeah.
What was that? Say it again.
1.625 bells out of 5.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's the end of our show. We did a whole bunch of math. We went through all the segments and the matches. You can go ahead and find all our social media at youtube.com/FN Wrestling, or you can go to our brand new spanking website, FNWrestling.com. You can go ahead and get any shirt that you want, like the All FN Wrestling shirt that I'm wearing. Everybody's got a shirt that has we just have awesome shirts. All you need to do is go to ProWrestlingTees.com/FN Wrestling. And if you like old school wrestling, and I know that you do, you can go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all of your Adrian Adonis t-shirts. Woo! All right. On behalf of Canada Dry, Trey J Styles, the FN expert, I am the JFB.
And remember to just keep fighting.
Fight it. This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.